Welcome to the Chelsea Fans Channel. We have literally just got back from Liverpool and we are going to do a BackPage Blues consisting of, we're going to talk about John Terry. We've got some news. We've also got some news on Nainggolan, Higuain, Nemanja Matic, our new kit, which is causing a lot of debate. So please comment below, let me know what you think of our new kit, and there'll also be a quick Q&A at the end. I'm joined by the one and only, the Hurricane from the Mail Online. I'm delighted to still be with you. I feel like, I can't remember what last time I wasn't with you. We've been
I know, it's nice, isn't it?
in each other's company an awful lot lately. Liverpool was great.
Liverpool, Sunderland.
Sunderland,
I mean, yeah. It's been really good.
And I think you've got some news for us regarding John Terry.
Yeah, I mean, it's by far the biggest issue at Chelsea at the minute, isn't it? I mean, you had that fantastic banner.
Yeah, make sure you check out the video. If you haven't seen the video yet, it's out on the channel. Just go over and have a look. In fact, it's up now. Click on that link.
It was in our hotel room last night as well.
It was,
weird, yeah. Yeah, I mean, John Terry is having meetings with Chelsea pretty much as we speak. At the time of filming anyway, he's having meetings with the Chelsea board to decide the next steps. Now, what's not known is whether that is going to be the news that every Chelsea fan hopes for, which is 1 year deal or 2 year deal with a view to coaching or whatever, or it's going to be, see you later, John.
Right.
Look,
the fact that there's discussions ongoing is what I perceive to be good news, because if
yeah,
they were going to ship him out, there's nothing to talk about.
No, of course, you know, and that is reason to be hopeful.
Update! They've done the right thing and made him an offer.
Well,
so somebody coming in, Nainggolan is looking very likely.
Yeah.
Oh, Nainggolan. That's going to happen.
If that song doesn't happen, I think we should all stop going to football.
Yeah, that's got to go.
We'll all go and watch canoe slalom or dodgeball.
That would be fantastic. This one's going to happen, isn't it?
Yeah, it looks like it. I mean, everything we've heard is that Conte wants his first signing to be Raja Nainggolan from Roma. It's going to be about 26 million, but I mean, more importantly for me, it's just an influx of energy, pace, bite,
everything that we have lacked this year.
Into the midfield. I mean, the midfield, especially since the departure of Ramirez, which I keep going back to because I think it's such a ludicrous decision to take out someone who offers you something so unique. It's what the midfield's been crying out for. So I'm really excited about that deal. I'm really excited to see him play, not only for Chelsea, but I'm really excited to see how he gets on in the Premier League.
Nice.
And yeah, it's looking likely. Roma are still kind of holding firm. Their two best players are Nainggolan and Pjanic. They don't want either to leave, as you obviously suspect, but I think money will talk and he'll want to come to Chelsea.
It's a good sign of intent. It's a statement of intent, isn't it, from Chelsea, that, you know, we're not in Europe, we haven't had a good season, and yet we are out buying one of the most sought-after midfielders in the world.
Yeah. I mean, look, whether he is that, I'm not quite so sure.
26 million pounds would suggest.
Yeah, I mean, but look, we've said Chelsea are not in the Pogba League as it stands. They're not in the Pogba League. So we have to take one step back, and look, Nainggolan is a fantastic player. He's done really, really well this season. Obviously, Conte knows the Italian league inside out, and he really wants to make him, absolute first name on the team sheet in terms of new signings.
That'd be good. So we know that Conte ideally likes to play two up front.
Yeah.
We have one of the best strikers in world football at the moment, Diego Costa.
Yes.
We may also be trying to sign a man who's breaking all sorts of records at the moment, Gonzalo Higuain.
Yeah, well, look, Higuain is, I think ever since we started BackPage Blues, we've kind of mentioned him here and there. Again, Serie A player, Conte knows that league inside out. It's one that's in the pipeline. It's one that Chelsea are very, very interested in. From Higuain's point of view, he'd be interested in the move. He doesn't want to play second fiddle to Diego Costa. He's made that perfectly clear. But like you say, Conte often plays two up front, so there could be scope for a deal there.
That would be a great signing for Chelsea.
It really would. I mean, people's criticisms of him is that, he never really, he sort of chokes in big games a little bit. He's missing crucial penalties, things like that. But, there's no doubt about it. He is a very, very good player and a good striker.
I'd love to see him.
It'd be interesting to see how he get on at Chelsea.
I would love to see him there. There's also some news regarding Nemanja Matic.
Yeah, well, I mean, we said for a while that Matic is going to be one of the most likely departures. Interesting, just the destination. It could actually be Man United. He wants to stay in the Premier League.
Really?
He's very intent on staying in the Premier League. He feels his time at Chelsea has
If
come to an end.
Mourinho were to go to United, do you feel that they would like to link up again?
Well, this is something I found odd because, I mean, from watching his performances, it wouldn't seem to me like they had the best relationship. But by all accounts, Matic is completely ready to link up with Mourinho again. That's not to think I think Mourinho will definitely be at Man United next year. I don't think it's as nearly as concrete as it was maybe when we last talked about Mourinho to United.
Right.
You know, Man United's situation is forever changing. You know, I think maybe if Van Gaal wins the FA Cup, he might well stay. I think there's a lot of staff at that club that would like to see Van Gaal stay, if certainly not the fans.
Right. Okay, that's very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Matic to United is something that I wouldn't want to see.
No, I don't think any Chelsea fans would.
When he's on form, he's fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, my problem would be that when was the last time he was on form? I think he's played well in the last couple of games of the season. I think he's had a horrific season, really, really bad. And I think if Chelsea get the right replacements in, it could well be a kind of fresh break for both player and club. I think it might be one of those where the situation has got so kind of...
Right, I see.
You know,
they'll both need a new...
I mean, look, it's not helped by what he's got around him, you know. How many times have we looked this season, especially since Gus Hiddink took over, and see Mikel and Matic playing against Stoke at home or West Brom at home, and you think, oh my God, you know, might as well all go to the pub now. But you know, he's looking one of the most likely departures from Chelsea.
I see. There's some news on our new kit.
Yeah, well, not so much the new kit; it's the fact that the new kit will be the last ever, last for the minute.
Adidas have pulled the plug, or we've pulled the plug on
Adidas Chelsea kit. Well, it's actually looking like Chelsea are kind of... It's a little bit of both. I mean, there's stories emanating out of both camps. Chelsea reckon they can get more money from another supplier.
But there's a contract signed.
There is, but that contract has a break clause.
Right.
So that break clause has been paid. Chelsea are kind of... You know, Adidas plays so much on Man United's kit. I think Chelsea feel like they're focused on Man United. They're focused on Juventus. They're focused on Bayern Munich.
Right.
And they're focused on Real Madrid. And I think Chelsea feel like they're playing a little bit second fiddle.
Okay.
I mean, I would argue that you're going to play second fiddle when you finish 9th in the Premier League and you're competing against those clubs.
Yeah, definitely.
But it looks like, I mean, look, the deal has been ended. So this kit that's just been bought out, which has received not a great reaction.
Yeah, I don't mind it.
I don't mind it.
I think it should have a collar. I like a collar.
Yeah, I like a collar on a shirt. It's the little lines people can't get on.
I like it.
Yeah,
I've got no issue.
Something different.
Do you know what? I think a kit just needs 2 crucial ingredients, and then I'm happy.
What's that?
It needs a collar.
Yeah.
And the badge needs to be on the heart.
Yeah.
As long as the badge is on the heart, not in the middle, I'm happy. And there's a collar. And if it had a collar, I'd be very happy. But people don't like it, do they? The general consensus among our support is unhappy fans.
People think it looks like pyjamas, which is fair enough.
Got no issue with pyjamas.
So I mean, a lot of our team have played like they've been in pyjamas most of the year. So it's the last Adidas kit coming in. I mean, Nike's been spoken about big time. They're taking over Tottenham's kit, and so they're looking to get a couple more Premier League clubs. Adidas are actually looking to reduce their Premier League clubs, which they've also ended the deals with Stoke and Swansea. But actually, brands like Uniqlo.
Love a bit of Uniqlo. Yeah, it's made for a man of my size.
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
it's great. This is. I love Japanese brands. Yeah. Uniqlo, Go Slow Caravan. You can't Comme des Garçons. Yeah, you can't go wrong.
I'm not sure it's going to be.
Can't go wrong when you're a miniature man.
Yeah. To be fair, I mean, I'm just still gutted for a Perry's not on the table, you know. but yeah, I mean, it's Nike, Under Armour, and Uniqlo, and a Chinese brand called Li Ning are all sort of in contention. So be interesting.
Very, very interesting. Right, we've got a bit of time. We will just do a quick Q&A. Charlie, the first question that's coming is from Fabian J. Yep. He's asking about the ground. Will it be Wembley or will we ground share with West Ham?
Ooh, I hope we have taxis on the pitch like they did. To be honest, it's all gone a little bit quiet on the ground front. As it stands, the plan was for next season to be Chelsea's last at the current Stamford Bridge. As it stands, that's not going to be the case. It doesn't look like that's going to be the case unless there's a serious kind of acceleration.
Do you know what's good about that? It means that we will hopefully see more Champions League nights at Stamford Bridge as we know. Yeah, because I was very upset that was going to be our last one.
Yeah, that's true. Now, obviously, Tottenham have agreed a deal to play at Wembley. While White Hart Lane's being redeveloped, we're actually nowhere near where Tottenham are in terms of the ground redevelopment. There's still planning issues. There's still all sorts of things. In fact, the corporate hospitality box at Stamford Bridge have actually been sold for the next 2 years. So I'm not sure it's going to be any time soon.
Oh, really? What, in the current stadium?
In the current stadium. And matchday staff have actually been contracted for the next 2 seasons. So I'm not actually, I'm pretty sure Chelsea are going to be at the current Stamford Bridge in 2 years, which wasn't the plan. So I think Chelsea are now exploring different options, and the Olympic Stadium, obviously West Ham's ground, which is going to be their first year there next season. I don't know if anyone noticed, but it was West Ham's last game at the bowling
somebody should
grounds.
have said.
Yeah, I know. Look,
so there's a lot to go with the redevelopment.
We're a little bit further off than we thought we were kind of at Christmas.
Our next question is from Hemo, and Hemo wants to know, what do you think of Hazard's form change just before the Euros?
What a cynic he is. Look, he's just been made Belgium captain for the Euros. Look,
good move, I think, for warm-ups. Good move.
Yeah, it's a point worth making. You know, on form, Eden Hazard is Chelsea's best player. It was great to see him play so well at Bournemouth.
On form, I'd say that he's a Premier League's best player. On form.
Yeah, well, I think you could argue that. I mean, he certainly was last season. I think it might be a little bit cynical to talk about the Euros.
No, because I don't believe that players can turn it on and turn it off like that.
Yeah,
it's not his choice.
I mean, look, I would rather, you know, I know we've done videos months ago saying that Hazard definitely won't be at Chelsea next year. That situation has changed. I think Real Madrid are kind of looking in a different direction. I don't think he definitely will be at Chelsea next year, but I'd say it's far more likely that he is than he isn't.
Good.
Conte has had meetings with him, and he wants to know he wants to know that Hazard wants to play for Chelsea, and I think he has really stepped it up. Good. You know, unfortunately, it's
fantastic though. He's such a good player. You can't let players like that, players of his quality, leave. You need to preserve him and build a team around him. He's so good.
Yeah, I mean, look, no matter what anyone has said about him this season, and don't get me wrong, I've said a lot as well. I think Hazard leaving Chelsea, Hazard leaving your club is a bad situation.
Yes, I'd agree with that.
And look, it would have been great if he decided to turn it on in January instead of
you're right. Hazard leaving is a bad situation, so let's keep him and
absolutely
build a team around him. The last question is from the Football Republic, the wonderful people at TFR. They have asked, who has been Chelsea's worst player this season?
What a jolly night to end on.
Can you guys comment below? Yeah. Who has been Chelsea? I find it very difficult to answer this one. So who do you think has been Chelsea's worst player this season?
I'm going to say, you're going to think I'm harsh now, because he actually did play very well against Liverpool. I think Baba Rahman has really showed that he's really hasn't kind of adapted to Premier League football well, I'll say that. But what I will say, in terms of talent to output, I think Courtois and Matic and probably Hazard for most of the season have all been very disappointing.
There we go. There we have it. So
comment most below. Of them, really.
Comment below and let us know your thoughts. Who do you think has been Chelsea's worst player this season? And we hope you enjoyed this video. And if you did, why not click the subscribe button? Go on, you Blues. Welcome to the Chelsea Fans Channel. Now, like you, we are distraught with the news that John Terry is looking like he's played his last game for the club. We need to do something about it. We need to urge the club to give him a new contract. And